Is the stream already started? Oh, there it is. Ah, okay. No problem. Let's see here. Okay. Oh, cool. It's been good. It's been good. Did a white elephant gift exchange with friends, had some dinner, ran a bunch of errands, getting ready for the holidays. You know, usual. Oh, good. Oh, that's a good white elephant gift. Ours were all you know, goofy gifts. So yeah, I got it. I got it open already. Is your voice not coming through your stream? Hold on. No problem. Just wanted to let you know. I realized I was just talking. It sounded like I was just talking to myself. Right. Yeah, it's better to get it figured out now rather than, you know, into the stream. That's 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 a friend of mine. No, you're fine.
Device default. Here we go. Yep, there it is. There it is. Okay. Hello! Welcome to my stream! Right now, just trying to get everything set up. Oh, by the way, Marcus, heads up. I have actually read your webcomics and stuff. Along
Okay.
with your shorts. I've
Thank you.
actually been watching your videos for about as long as I've been doing YouTube, which is since
Oh.
2021.
Well, thank you.
Yeah, so big fan.
Always nice to know some, you know, people appreciate the work.
And that's actually why I decided to approach you, because I figured the fan bases we're trying to go for are similar enough that it would just be a good idea to, you know, collaborate.
Yeah, totally. Here. Where did I put that?
Oh yeah, you like my cup?
Oh, which one? I didn't.
This cup. It's a Diva cup. Hi, welcome to the stream, Sai. Okay, so since we've got a few people on stream here, and it's almost 8:10, I'm gonna hit the record button and we can do the intro. So how it's gonna work is just I'm gonna introduce myself and then you.
Okay, sounds good.
Yeah. Okay. And I'm gonna start the recording in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Salutations and welcome to my channel. Today is a very special collaboration I have with someone I have greatly admired online for years, and I am so honored that he decided to come and collaborate with me. And the character we are going to be doing today is a character from his online series, Mythed Up.
Yeah. Real quick, I just want to point out. It looks like people in the chat are saying that the music is very loud, and you're a little bit
Music's loud?
quiet. They're saying that you're quieter than the music.
Okay, yeah. Sorry, I'm using a different mic than I usually do.
Yeah, no problem.
That's of course. That makes sense. Anyway, please, my lovely collaborative guest, please introduce yourself.
My name is Marcus Norman. I am a animator slash a webtoon creator slash animator. I make a lot of fun TikToks and shorts and all that fun stuff. The webcomic is called Mythed Up. You can read it at mythedup.com or just on Webtoons under the Canvas category. I also have a YouTube, Instagram, TikTok, I guess Facebook account, all under at Marcus Norman. Same username. It's Marcus Norman with 2 N's.
Sweet. All right, and thank you, chat, for being so helpful. I really appreciate it. And today the character we are doing is one named Maya. She is the owner of the Birdcage, I believe, which is a club in the Mythed Up world.
Nightclub, variety club, cabaret, whatever her tastes are at the time.
Yeah. And she is honestly a really fun character. Definitely in my top 3, personally.
I really enjoy her as a character too, and especially since she was just like a lot of my characters are just off the cuff designs. So yeah, I really like how she came out. Very sassy.
So sassy, and I love her. And so on here, I have a spreadsheet that I made specifically so that way I could have an easy way to access on a computer the spreadsheet, and it's a pain in the butt formatting a Word document so the paper works that's typically printed works right on a computer, right? And I just find using a spreadsheet is easier. That is why I made this template using a spreadsheet. And over here I have a README page, which is where we can put all of like the role play notes, that sort of thing, like, and character notes, special character notes for things like how you would role play this character, that sort of thing.
Mm-hmm.
When I eventually post this recording to YouTube, I will include a link to both the character sheet for Maya and and the blank template I made. So that way anyone can make their own character within the rules, as well as the direct link to the Amazon page and drive-through RPG page of the TTRPG that a close friend of mine made from the hilt called Lenharrow. I love it. It's built off of old editions of D&D with a bunch of changes added to it so it makes more sense. And I love it.
No, it sounds fun.
Yeah. And on the README page, I have also referenced different pages, but keep in mind the pages I referenced is the extended edition, well, they call it the enhanced edition, but basically it's just a deluxe version of the basic handbook that has a ton more on it than what the light version is. And the light version is just easy reading.
Very cool.
Yeah, and thankfully, my guest, lovely guest Marcus,
Marcus.
Marcus,
No, no, you're fine.
okay.
Everyone calls me Marcus. I guess
Sorry,
it's
I
just
try not
how no,
to.
it's how the brain reads the more common
It is, and I'm usually
translates it over to a more common name.
believe it
Totally
or not, I'm
understand it.
usually really good about the Marcus thing.
No, you're fine. You're fine.
Okay. And, well, he was generous enough to send me this PDF of Maya's character sheet in Dungeons and Dragons. So tell me, how many sessions have you played with this character sheet?
Uh,
Like, do you know?
I have not. So I have the what is known as a terminal character creation syndrome, where whenever I'm playing a
Oh.
character,
So this
I
is
love
just.
I've
Oh.
created a lot of different character sheets. So I've not played her in a campaign yet. Um,
Okay. Yeah,
I
that makes sense. That
I get
makes
obsessed.
sense.
I get obsessed with making a character, and then as soon as I start playing it, and I get obsessed with playing that character, and the second I start playing that character, I start planning my next character. So
Right, right. I kind of do the same thing, but I almost never have the willpower to actually like sit down and do this, which is why I'm doing this. He also, oh my gosh, he also answers to "Hey you" as well. That's, well, I mean, who
sometimes.
wouldn't? Okay, I am so excited. I'm just jigging right now. Holy,
No, you're fine.
okay.
It's fun.
So the fun thing about Lenharrow is that it doesn't use a level system. So I have over here, if I just highlight the box right here, is instead of levels, it goes off of number of adventures, and it would enhance the stats and ability scores based on that. And it also has a lot more options, so like lifestyle and profession are the Lenharrow versions of backstory and class. And it
Okay.
and you wind up with a lot more options because you can mix and match all of them, and there's way more than just 12 professions or classes. Each one even has their own like sub, and there's a ton there you can work with. So I have her as guildsman with the profession of merchant because owner of the birdcage.
Hmm.
Like that just makes the most sense for her. After I after I'm done with typing up the basic character infos like the stats from the Dungeons and Dragon from the character sheet you sent to me, we can move on to like skills and stuff that she winds up getting.
Hmm.
And I'm just gonna point out one unique thing here. I forgot to put down the sub race I wanted to give her. Was okay. So she is a droll. I have her
Hmm.
as that because that is the Lenharrow dragon race. Luckily, the game
Hmm.
is set up where you can have it ranging from mostly human appearance to full blown scaly.
Okay.
And she is a droll because she is a Quetzal, which, from
Hmm.
my understanding of it, is basically just ancient Brazilian dragon.
Correct. Ancient
Bit of an
South
oversimplification.
American deity. Yeah.
I know it's a bit of an oversimplification, but like,
Oh yeah.
yeah. And I have her as a city one because based on what I've seen in the shorts, you don't really haven't gotten to her backstory in the comics yet. And honestly, I
Hmm.
respect it. And but from what I've seen with that, she was raised within a larger community of other Quetzals. So I
Um.
have her as city because honestly, I
Mhm.
would just define a large community of like one or multiple races just living together as a city personally.
Yeah. I would say that she grew up around three other Quetzalcoatlus. and the rest of the people that she was living in the city with were humans. So,
Okay,
uh,
so she was living in a city.
but she wasn't in a large settlement. Yes.
That's good. That's good. Okay. And personality, that's your basic alignment stuff, except this one is like it essentially gives you a fatal flaw thing where
Hmm.
something where you have to do at least once per session. So like Wanderlust, you have a set amount of sessions you can be in one place before you have to move to another location.
Hmm.
Along with a bunch of other stuff. Like if you're a neat freak, then you have to at least freak out about dirt and mud at least once per session, right? That sort of thing. It's
Okay.
more recommended for advanced players, so I'm just going to be leaving that blank for the things.
Okay.
Title, though, can be deliberated on as I fill in this thing. I won't be able to. Oh, wait, hang on. Nope. Nope, I will not be able to view the chat very well while I fill this in. But anyway,
No
what kind
problem.
of titles would you like to give her? Because that's not a roleplay thing. That is 100% a you have it as what you want her to be heralded as.
Hmm.
Like, what
Um.
does the person shout out when announcing her presence? What does the herald do when you arrive at a ball and shout out her name to announce her presence?
Well, these days she just goes by basically Mama Maya. Uh, she doesn't have. She is grown past the point where she has a need for a lot. For the self-preening names. That she used back in the past. She's she's still a bit. What's the word for it? She self glamorizes still quite a bit these days, but she leaves the great and terrible uh names and backstory to stay in the past. Um, so Miss Maya or Mama Maya would probably be what she would most likely go as. I know that's not a super interesting title, but that would be the one that she most likely would go with these days.
Fair enough. That makes sense. See your constitution. There it is. Alright. There we go. Now, these ability scores agility, charm, insight, intellect, might, vitality they all very much have very obvious counterparts in Dungeons and Dragons, right?
Hmm.
It's like. It's ordered a bit differently than in Dungeons and Dragons, but I'm not complaining about that. Okay. There we go. Now I just need to add in her title. Let's see here. Miss or Mama. There we go. Got that down. Let's see here. Alright, I forgot to put those down. Okay. Now I need to pull up the handbook by this point. Found it. Found the one where I have the handbook. Okay. ELPG and let's see your soul. By the way, I am curious. What inspired Maya's design? Like her humanoid
um,
design.
I mean, it wouldn't. I would be lying if I said Chell from the Road to El Dorado didn't play a part in her character design.
Yeah.
I mean, I feel like it's fairly obvious. Um, uh,
Kinda, actually.
yeah, I wanted her to have the bangs. That was always going to be a primary part of her design. And then the wing skirt was another thing that I just thought, because that was less that I picked that from another character that had something similar and more along the lines of I always saw characters that would use their wings as like a cloak, but I would rarely ever see them use their wings as a skirt. And I'm like, I want to turn that into a character, and that's what that turned into. Um, and there is a book series called uh um I'm trying to remember no good I'm trying to remember the name of it now. It's something let's see here. It's the series itself is called the Heartstrikers series. And the first book is called Nice Dragons Finish Last, and the primary character is from a family of Quetzalcoatluses.
Now
And
huh.
feathered serpents, and I didn't base her off of any specific character from that. It was more along the lines of I just wanted to create a feathered serpent type character. So I did some deep diving into the lore, found started building some character designs, and eventually created her and her siblings.
Now that's cool. That's cool. I never heard of any of those series.
Yeah, no, the Heartstriker series is very fun urban fantasy, modern fantasy style series, that people would definitely be interested in, I believe, if people would take recommendations.
Honestly,
Yeah, Nice
yeah.
Dragons finished last. Rainy Reader said it in the chat.
Yeah. I love looking up stuff. Like, I'm a big reader. So I love getting recommendations for people. So one random thing though that I thought when I first saw Maya was like, oh my gosh, she looks like Dora.
Dora. No,
Dora
Dora
the
was never
Explorer. I don't
a
know why. That
huh?
plays like zero part in her design, and I know that.
Yeah, Dora was never a consideration with that.
I don't know why, but that was the first thing that came to mind.
No, I guess I can see it. I not sure how, but sure.
Yeah, immediately after, I'm like, oh wait, no, El Dorado. Oh, I've only seen that movie like a few times, but like, I don't know. I don't know. Maybe it's the purple shirt.
Maybe.
Okay.
That's funny.
I always forget what the RRA thing is. Oh, and From the Hill isn't in the chat either, so he can't tell me. Oh no.
What are we looking at right now? RRA under ability
Right
scores?
now, I am looking at the Drolls race page.
Ah.
So one fun thing about the Drolls is that they have like essentially two different sets of things, one for the main race and one for the sub race.
Mm-hmm.
So the main race has all the so like they have characteristics of all basic Drolls on here.
Okay.
And I always forget what each and every one of these abbreviations they have on this page are. They have them listed at the front of the book, but I always forget. And when I tell you I created this series specifically so I could have an excuse to try and memorize it. Okay, and I'm just gonna skip the stuff I can't remember and just stick with what I can.
Okay.
What I even have on the first one is I recommend getting the book, like at least the light version, so that way you know what you're doing when you're playing this character. So Drolls have a walking base of 18 feet per combat round and a flying speed of 36.
Mm-hmm. Now, Rainy Reader asked, so are we going to play a session, or are we just creating a character sheet for her?
I am just creating a character sheet, and of course my camera turned off. That's fun. That's fun. That's fun.
No, that's fine.
I have to reconnect it. You know what? Nope. I'm not gonna bother. I'm not gonna bother with it at this point. Nope. I am done. I am tired of messing with my camera. So I'm just creating a character right now. I have not yet run a thing for Lenharrow yet, and when I do, I want the first session I run, first one shot I run to be off camera, so I don't have the pressure of people of chat.
Okay.
Yeah, and so right now this is just creating a character sheet, and it will also help, supposedly also help serve as a tutorial for those who want to make their own character but aren't 100% sure. And if you just want to jump right into the game, the sheet will exist to the general public once I have the actual edited video out.
Yeah, no problem. So basically, what you want to do right here is give people kind of a breakdown of how the character sheet works, and if people want to transfer characters from different tabletop TTRPGs, this is kind of a guide on how to do that.
Exactly, exactly.
Yeah, easy peasy.
Okay, NDR. That is a NDR is one I remember, which is essentially natural defense. That's based on some of your stats and ability scores,
Hmm.
which will be on a different page. So I am not working on that right now. So next up is natural abilities, which is I can't. I need to have this as a. I wish I had a 3-screen setup for this. I'm not gonna lie.
Look, right. I got 5 screens and I still get all over the place.
Yeah. So okay, yeah, right. Natural abilities. I'm just tend to just be combat things. Right,
Hmm.
my camera's not working. Boop. Unplug. Plug
You
it
might need to
in.
restart it,
Yeah,
or at least disconnect and reconnect it.
that's what I did. I just turned. I think I'm actually just gonna switch to my laptop's camera. It is significantly worse, but less buggy.
No problem.
And also stinking tiny. Let's just fix that up. And yeah. It doesn't usually give me too much trouble, but today it's decided, nope, you nerd, you're not gonna work.
No, it's only when you want it to work, right?
Right? Okay. So that's defense. So attack or weapon type. So natural abilities that are listed right here are gonna in the handbook are gonna typically fall under attack. So what you're gonna want to do is type in the name of it. So you have bite, which I can find on at another time on another thing.
Hmm.
Okay, wing buffet. Claw, and I spelled that wrong. Oh my word. Okay. Wing buffet, a claw attack, swoop, which would have the caveat that you already be in air, of
Hmm.
course. And you can also tail swipe. One thing that's fun about this is I actually have a character and have played as a droll like this before. So I do know a little bit of what I'm doing.
Okay.
Okay. And you also get a breath weapon, which will be, which the type of breath weapon it will be is gonna be under which droll subrace you are.
Hmm.
Which
So
that's
basically her
fun.
elemental subclass.
Oh yeah.
Very cool.
Yeah. Let's see your BRA hearing. Oh, okay, yeah. So then there's these special senses that you get, which I have to put down here because that is the base. BRA is essentially your natural senses, and there are different levels of senses that essentially allow for it's basically like how overwhelmed is your character when they enter a room. So one is the base. So like humanoid, you and me, what you hear on a daily basis, right? So hearing number
Mm-hmm.
2, you would essentially be able to eavesdrop a little bit on the other side. If you're like happen to be on the other side of the door, you can listen on what's on the other going on in the other room
Mm-hmm.
without much trouble. Let's see here, scent level 2 essentially, let's put it this way, essentially it allows you to smell the basic components of what's in food, right? Like you'd be able to discern what ingredients are in the food item based on smell alone.
Okay.
Not how much, you would need like 3 or 4 in order to be able to do that, but you can smell like the basic ingredients.
Okay. So what would the upper limits of the sense ratings be? Like if we were,
yeah.
go ahead.
The upper limit, so the maximum it can go to is 4.
Mm-hmm.
And at level 4, basically nothing's off limits. Let's see.
Okay.
So like, if you were to have vision level 4, essentially you'd have what would be called true sight in Dungeons and Dragons. So they would have to roll insanely high in order to trick you with like illusions and stuff, right?
Yeah.
And it would basically the same thing would happen with your other 5 senses. If you were to have level 4, like
Okay.
you'd be a bloodhound essentially if you had scent level 4.
Yeah. Okay, I can see that. If I were to be going based on anything for this character in particular, I'd say her vision is probably her highest. I would.
Yeah.
I mean, but yeah, that would probably be the highest one
Is there
out of her 3,
anything regarding vision
or out of her
here?
senses.
Yeah.
Not in the character sheet itself. Just saying
Okay,
if we're just going off of the character.
So under oh, there's swoop. I knew I had swoop on the racial attack type things. Okay, so under here, I am going to add on another list item here.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just going to put this under racial traits. This will be just a special bit of homebrew for Miss Maya especially, where I'm going to give her a soul sight, where essentially she will, I'm just gonna go under here, merge the songs real quick. Where is it? I forgot. Format. Here it is. Boop. Okay. Where essentially it'll be for 1d4 minutes in-game minutes plus session plus number of adventures Where's Maya get how long she has to stare into a character's eyes.
Okay.
And see their story. Essentially, the soul sight ability will allow another player to share their backstory, like specific details of their backstory with Maya. And Maya will just be stuck there for however many minutes you roll on a d4 plus the number of adventures the character she's trying to read into it has been on.
Okay.
I feel like yeah.
Go ahead.
I I personally think it would be a good idea because that is kind of what happened with Angel in the comics.
Yeah.
Like I'd been thinking about this a while.
Go ahead.
Nah, you go.
No, it's fine. Sorry, I'm trying to find where you are on the sheet. I'm looking. Sorry, you're under the racial traits section?
Yeah, it's just under resistances.
All right, now what did you want? What did you want to know for Maya for that one? Sorry, I was kind of lost
It
on the
wasn't
character sheet for a minute.
it wasn't really a want to know thing. This was just a bit of homebrew I kind of been thinking about a while. Well,
Mm-hmm.
because of that one plot point with Angel.
Yeah, with
Like,
her kind of doing this soul gaze thingy.
yeah. Oh, it's
Yeah,
called Soul Gaze. That's
yeah.
interesting. Okay.
Well, there's a book series called the Dresden Files, which calls it a soul gaze. That's I haven't officially named it in the series, named that ability that she does in the series
Yeah.
yet, but that's just the term that comes to my head when I think of something similar.
Fair enough. I've been calling it Soul Sight this whole time, just because I thought it sounded cool.
Yeah, we keep it with Soul Sight. Soul Sight sounds cool too. We don't need to change it to Soul Gaze.
Fair enough.
Soul Sight works.
Yeah. This will be both good, and this ability would be both good and hindrance to her.
Hmm.
Because if a character she's looking into has like 100+ adventures under their belt, which number of adventures is just how many sessions you've played with this character,
Hmm.
which is actually how you enhance your ability scores. Which, by the way, in the with rules as written, cannot exceed 20.
Okay.
Yeah, so that's fun. Let's see here. Height, weight, and age. Oh yeah, height. What is her actual height? I could not figure that out.
Probably, it fluctuates a bit, but she probably hovers around 5'4", 5'5". She's not very tall.
Oh, okay, so around average. Got around average height for an American woman. Gotcha. I'm just doing her humanoid height because I know that the dragon, that the word I can't pronounce.
You just say serpent, her serpent form.
Yeah, is gonna be ginormous.
Yeah.
And I am not gonna worry about that. Okay, let's see here. Roll immunities. Here we go. Innate abilities. Here we go. City. Alright, under resistances, I'm gonna put down immunities.
Okay.
Which are toxins, poisons. I should have that listed under a different thing. Hang on. I should merge these cells here. Okay. Toxins, poisons, and gas attacks. Also, any physical transformations, which is a simple way of saying no one can magically modify her appearance without her own permission.
Yeah, so she get basically immune to polymorph and stuff
Pretty
like
much,
that.
yeah. And there is actually a version of polymorph in this game too. Yeah.
Very cool.
Okay, let's see here. Here we go. Innate abilities. Or wait, there it is. There it is. Innate abilities, anti-magic. Where do I have anti-magic at? I do not. Okay. Maybe I need Control F on this. Okay, never mind. I'll just have to put that under resistances too. Anti-magic is gonna be 5% HD. I think that has something to do with the defense rate rating.
Mm-hmm.
And that's essentially just like magical attacks that require a defense thing is it grants you a specific amount of immunity based on what the opponent rolls, I think, if I'm remembering right. Literally
Okay.
no one is here to correct me on this, so yeah, this is fun. Okay, and oh yeah, morph self. That should be either on here or okay. I wish Control F went to the different tabs. I know morph self is on here. Like not on this first page. Let's see here. Universal skills, that's non-magic stuff. It's probably under arcane. Morph self. Here we go. Morph minor, that's what you've got. And when it comes to morph self, that essentially allows you to transform from humanoid to her serpent form once a day.
Okay.
Like on here it says one humanoid / HD / day, so whatever HD is essentially is the number of times you can transform, but it's just easier to think of like once a day.
Yeah. No, I get it.
And you can dispel it at will. Okay, and
Okay.
onward to the talents for the city. Ancient languages. I'm just gonna Control F on this.
Okay.
Essentially, that allows you to speak in ancient tongues, and you get a modifier of 0. Okay. Let's see here. And also city familiarity. Let's see here. Where is that? Oh, come on. Wrong page. Whoop. There we go. See your city familiarity. Thought I knew where it was. There it is, found it. With an also 0 modifier. You can spend CGPs, which I can get to in a minute, to get yourself another modifier if you want for it. But that modifier will also increase as you play with the character and enhance the ability scores.
Okay.
See here, you also get modern languages, so you can speak multiple languages of the present day. In other words, you know slang.
Speak two languages, English and bad English.
Yep. You can speak 2 languages, Latin and oi, what you doing? And sociology. Sociology is one I don't really see used often, honestly. But that's basically just people and people handling, as far as I understand.
Which one? Sociology?
Sociology, yeah.
Okay.
I'm not sure the exact definition of it. It's in the handbook. I have not read it front to back yet.
Okay.
So, as far as I can tell, that is just people handling and how well you can handle people.
Got it.
Okay, now back to here. And yeah. Alright. Innate abilities charge. Oh, HD! Okay, I found what HD was. It's hit degree. It's hit degree. Just remembered that.
Okay.
HD stands for hit degree.
So is that like how easy it is to hit somebody?
Yep. Everyone starts out, and I always forget how you calculate hit degree. I think I have that on Nifty's, actually. If I can just find it. Nope. Okay. You can either start off with a hit degree of 1. Let's see. Each draw begins with play with at least one ability, one immunity, one. I am just reading this real quick. I'm curious though, what made you come up with the idea for the magical SWAT team? I'm blanking on their name right now.
The DPD,
DPD,
the
thank you.
The Department for Protection of Demi-Humans. Um, so when I was putting together the idea of the world itself, it I was making it so that magical creatures, mythological creatures, and everything were living amongst like regular humans. So that wound up turning into like the logical next step of like what kind of issues would we see that don't often get talked about in other modern fantasy type situations. And I thought, well, I'm fairly sure that unlike unfortunately in our world it's very popular, but in this world like there would be a whole separate faction of demi-human like trafficking. And then I came up with some characters that I like, oh, I should come up with a police force that specifically is set to deal with demi-human trafficking. And then because I came up with the idea of Delia first, and then I came up with the idea that she didn't have any wings because she had fallen in with such a situation. And then I'm like, well, I need to design the people. I need to create the group that helped her out of that situation. And then the crew just grew from there. So it was all along the lines of just I created a character, created a bit of their backstory, realized that their backstory has a whole other facet of this world that needs to be built upon, and that facilitated more characters being created, and it's like a self-perpetuating machine. But yeah, the DPD. So I created 3 separate magical law enforcement units: the DPD, demi-human Department for Protection of Demi-Humans, Dale, which is the department for no, I'm not going to be able to remember that now. Uh, Hold on. Luckily, I know the exact name of the page that I placed those on. I've got Dale for the Department of Arcane Law Enforcement, so that's like uh kind of like how there's just there's laws you shouldn't break when you're working with magic and working with like forces beyond mortal reckoning. They're the people who make sure like the black magic stays within specific parameters, and people aren't using magic to break the law in a bunch of different ways. And then we've got the DMWC, which is the Department of Mystical Wildlife Conservation, which deals with non-sentient magical creatures. So the DPD and the DMWC often have like they often work together on similar things, but it's the difference between like human the officers that do the FBI who when they deal with like human trafficking in our world versus the forest services or the uh, uh, wildlife police. anti poaching and stuff like that.
Yeah. Honestly, that is really cool. And
Hmm.
I always thought it was a pretty cool thing. Like, also Maniac, really. Just
Manaya, yeah.
that one person that could not give less of a crap.
Yeah, she's definitely got a bit of a Death Seeker personality. She, a lot of characters are actually transplants from other characters that I had created in the past, and I'm like, I wonder how I can fit them into this world. And Manaya is one of those characters. When I was at a big
Yeah,
cyberpunk event,
I can
cyberpunk
definitely
bend.
see it after reading your Dungeons and Dragons series.
Hmm.
Yeah, I can see the similarities. And honestly, I'm not upset about it. It's just kind of fun.
Yeah.
Now we are onward to onto the lifestyle stuff, which is the guildsman.
Okay.
So guildsman gets bonus starting CGPs of 75 because of that's just what you get when it comes to them. You get a bonus with perception, which is a bit farther below than what we're working with here.
Okay.
Let's see here. And you get 10 starting percentage skills with Guildsman. So, which one is the question?
Okay, so go ahead and read those off to me again.
Okay, so these guild percentage skills are really fun.
Uh-huh.
And it doesn't include archer, kill opponent percentages, and shop talk. So, Guildsman, you actually naturally get shop talk, which is
Hmm.
basically like you can, use business, professional terms when talking with another person of the same profession.
Okay.
And let's see here now. These percentage things, I'm not going to worry about minstrel songs because she ain't no minstrel.
Okay.
And so the percentage skills we have to choose from are quite fun. There is
Hmm.
avert normal traps, breach with aimed strike, bribe, climb walls, communication, concealment, detect concealed doors, detect gems, detect illusions, detect magic, detect noise, detect secret doors, escape, escape bonds, find/remove traps, hide behind any object, hide in shadows, identify field/order, identify objects, minor vigilance, move silently, open locks, pickpockets, poison
Hmm.
slash antidote use, read languages, read magic, silent swimming, smooth surface climbing, superior lock picking, thievery, and tunneling.
Okay, so how many do I get to choose?
Let's see here. It says you get 10 to start with. So,
10 of and different skills.
yeah, different percentage skills.
Okay. If I had to pick, I'd probably go with
And 10.
pickpockets.
Okay.
See, I think pickpockets would probably be one of them. Minor vigilance, identify objects. Let's see here. Escape, detect magic and illusions.
So you're that
Uh,
6.
concealment, communication. Uh, then I'd probably go with bribe and avert normal traps.
Alright, and the percentage you would get on those is going to be equal to your guildsman perception.
Okay.
As far as I can tell. Let's see
Okay.
here. You get 2 faith points, which is clear over on the basics page here. So faith points is a special thing that's really fun. It's essentially a secondary thing that you can. It's a secondary form of currency, sorta, that you can have in the game, where it's essentially you can use 1 faith point to add a certain number to. You spend 1 faith point you get a +1 to your roll, and so on and so forth. So it's like you roll a critical failure, you can spend a certain amount of faith points in order to succeed at that
Okay.
roll. Kind of like an, oh crap, but through sheer luck you wind up, but at the last second you wind up succeeding, sort of thing.
Okay.
These are invaluable for characters and players early on. But after a while, you start accumulating a bunch, so you wind up just doing dumber and dumber stuff just to use them.
That makes sense.
Yeah, it's fun. It's a
Gotta,
great system. See here. Hindrances. I'm just going to put hindrances on the readme page. Which, that is what I was talking about earlier. Where it's, you have to, where there's certain things that happen in roleplay and stuff that wind up limiting your character. Let's see here. In here it says learn all non-aligned skills at times 10, which what times 10 means is up to the ref. I have a ref where it's like, where they're like, it just takes you longer to learn a thing. The ref I have happens to be the creator. That's generally what he tends to go for. But, yeah, it's up to the referee's discretion on that one.
okay.
Yeah, and you purchase all skills alignments at ×2. And again, up to ref discretion. I have a ref that's not nice enough. That's like, it means if you are aligned to a set of skills, it'll take you twice. You'll be able to learn twice as fast as a normal person, sort of thing. Like, it'll take half the time.
Okay.
So, yeah, not all hindrances are bad. Let's see here.
Makes sense.
And skills alignment here. Okay. Let's see here. Skill alignment. G purchased at half cost. Oh, that's guild skills. So essentially, guild skills are half off for a guildsman.
Okay.
Which for the kind of
perks of the job.
Yeah. 50% off CGP. Basically, so yeah, it's a perk of the job, and for a character like Maya, who's basically a goddess, is incredibly invaluable.
Yeah.
And for perceptions, okay, the starting percentage for their perception skills, which are gonna be these percentage skills over here. Okay. Anyway, is gonna be a certain percentage for their perception skill is equal to their insight score. Which means all I gotta do is go over to basic information. Scroll on down to insight here. Where is it? There it is. Insight is basically your wisdom. And copy and paste, baby. Yeah. So I gotta do that for a hot minute. What else? What else? Oh yeah, in the books, there's that thing mentioned, the dimension thing. I'm trying to remember what the specific term was called, but you only used it once.
What was that? What term?
When the great dimension thing.
The ripple?
The ripple, thank you, yes. That one. What exactly happened with that?
Um, without getting into too spoilery territory, it's
Yeah.
basically the world's when myths and magic got when myths and magic like basically became part of the regular world. So our history as a whole as a whole was pretty much ours up until that event happened, in at which point like myths and magic and everything became like part of like everyday society. uh a lot of urban fantasy stories like to keep like it's a a magical society behind, in the underground or behind the scenes of the regular world. I decided to do more of an interest or more of a version where uh everything's just out in the open. I thought it'd be more interesting to play it that way. So yeah, the ripple is basically the event that caused the world to diverge from, the history that we know of.
Alright. Makes sense. I kind of figured. But it helps to ask to fill in the silence.
Yeah, no problem.
Okay, so now I have the percentage in there. Let's see here. A non-guildsman character aligned to guild skills may purchase this with 5,000 CGPs. And it starts the same percentage as the guildsman. This skill can be increased one of two ways. Why am I just reading this aloud? No one asked.
No, you're fine.
Okay. So, like, persuasion or charm. How far back was this?
How
Rainy
far
Re-
back was the event that the ripple?
No, the Rainy Reader asked. So, like, persuasion or charm.
That was like 20 minutes ago, I think. That was a while
No.
back. I think that was when we were going over the base, like uh the charisma skills when we were talking about
Yep.
the shop talk, I think.
Yep. Okay. Yes. So, shop talk. That one isn't really. That one would be defined as charisma. In this one, it be listed as charm. And persuasion is also a charm based skill.
Okay.
So yeah, charm is basically that requires charisma. For it, let's
Okay.
see now. After that, okay, that means we can move on to the next part of the thing. One thing I love is that this book is very linear in how you can do things with. I just don't have it written down in a linear way. That's fun. I had it written down more linearly when I was doing Nifty. Wow. It's but like you can do this having to do without having to jump around in the book too much and just get everything done within like the first 20 pages. Well, on this first page.
Okay.
I have to clarify. First page can be done within first 20 pages of the book handbook. So now we are on to the merchant. The skill alignment. I'm gonna have to write that down on here. Arc and G. That means arcane and guild skill. So of course bonus skills, shop talk, and communication. Communication. Which one did I have communication under? Oh, there it is. You get a communication 20 additional 25% to communication, which was one you already got. So you might want to pick another one for your 10 percentage skills.
Let me look here.
If
Uh,
you don't mind.
which one should I need something instead of communication?
Yeah, communication is one you already get thanks to your life thanks to
Let's
your profession of
let's go with let's
merchant.
go with identify field slash order.
Okay, identify field slash order. Yeah, basically who you're aligned with. That makes sense. Because she was able to tell that the girl with the chameleon stickers was DPD at like a glance.
Yeah.
That makes sense. Let's see here. Bonus talents. You don't have any weapon talents. And lifestyle. Oh, here we go. For lifestyle, you get business sense. Where is Bill's business sense? I should have had my physical copy of these things up so I knew.
No problem.
Oh my gosh. It's okay. It's okay. I am learning. I am learning still. This is fine. Tool weapons. No, no. I think that's going to be under talents, I think. Business sense. Business sense. Aha! Yes! Yes! I remember more than I think I do. Yes! Okay. Business sense 0. You get scribe, which is essentially like the journaling skill. Journaling, writing, you know, that sort of thing.
Mm-hmm.
Scribe 0. Etiquette. By the way, the 0 thing is just a modifier, so how much you add on. If you purchase the skill again or get an advancement, you get a +1 to your modifier.
Okay.
Depending on rank, which is again determined by how many sessions you actually play with the character. Let's see here. Etiquette. Etiquette. Where are you? There's that charm skill. Boop. And bookkeeping. Bookbinding. Here it is, bookkeeping. Basically the accounting skill.
I guess we'll accept bookkeeping.
Yeah. Like you can just bunch it all up. Okay, and one hindrance for this, which is honestly the hindrance is actually why I chose this for Maya.
Yeah.
Come on. There we go. And that is you must maintain a business. You can go off on adventures, do whatever you want, but you have to have a business to maintain between sessions. Like, so if you're at your home base town, you have to have a business there. And
Okay.
that way that your character runs in between adventures or sessions.
All right. So to continually keep her class, I guess she has to continually have the business.
Exactly, yes. Let's see your optional races. And Griffinite. That just defines the basics of it. Okay. Onward to the charts to fill out the rest of this page, because if you didn't notice, it's pretty darn barren. And I am so tired of this split screen thing. I am just moving this over here. and
Okay.
and I'm just gonna have OBS on a smaller screen. There! I should have done this from the start.
Yeah, no problem.
Oh man, this is fun. This is fun. We're having fun here.
Oh yeah, totally. It's always fun messing with character sheets for anyone who plays TTRPGs.
Oh yeah, I don't make anywhere near enough of these, and it shows. Okay. Let's see here. In the meantime, while I'm trying to turn to the pages that have the charts and filling that in, why don't you tell me about your character model? Like, does your character model have a... Because I noticed you had one on your streams. I don't pop in on your streams very often. But honestly, I think the model's pretty cute.
Oh,
So
thank you.
I'm wondering if the character has like its own name, personality, or something like that.
No, it's just a slime version of me. I just the model name is SLI and then ME is capitalized, so it's slime me. Uh, really not anything, not any specific backstory or anything like that. Probably if I had to pick something, I'd probably, attach the character to the Mema Slime, race that I created for D&D that I'm currently, playing through another session with or another campaign with. Really, I love their slimes and mimics are my two favorite like D&D monster races. So if I had to pick between the two, I went with slime. And it my one of my good friends, Disharmonic, actually made the model for me, and it was actually a surprise when he showed it to me. So yeah, I guess a lot of YouTubers have backgrounds or have like lore videos for their slimes. I guess I don't. I probably should at some point. But as of right now, he's just a cute little slime doing his best to run a tavern.
That's adorable, and I love it. I'll love
Thank
with
you.
you. I kind of, I wish I had the fabric to make a plushie of him. Just because, again, the model is cute, and I want to squeeze it.
Make sure you use like really soft feathers so it's a very plushy.
Mm. Oh yeah, like felt would be one of the perfect things. Just because it's just very squeezable.
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah. And you're gonna laugh at this. I'm looking at the ability score adjustments, which takes the same place as modifiers in D&D.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm kidding you not. The ones you have listed for your character for Maya on the D&D sheet are actually the same ones used in Lenharrow.
Very
So
cool.
I
Well, that
don't need
makes
to
it
do
easy, right?
anything. That's great. That's always great to find out.
Makes the job a whole lot easier, right?
Oh yeah, for sure. Okay. Here we go. Now this is a fun thing because we are into the main meat of this sheet. So that's the
Cool.
ability score things. So you notice how all of each of these seem to have their own little rows of stuff. Of just like of extra stuff listed right next to
Uh-huh.
the thing. Okay. So that is actually going to play a part that is other things that are defined by your scores. So defense adjustment, that is essentially your modifier for defensive rolls. Like, give me something you would have to roll a defense for.
Um,
Like to try and dodge or avoid, that sort of thing.
I don't know, if we were saying is someone getting angry and throwing a knife in the at the throwing a kitchen knife. That's fairly recent, right?
Yeah, that's perfect. So then you would add or subtract, depending on your ability score, you would add or subtract from it.
Mm-hmm.
And whatever would happen when you added or subtracted from it would let you dodge the attack. So I could roll a 15. Let's just say I have a -3 and I rolled a 15. If I didn't have that -3, that would have been a fail because I have to roll within the number of what my agility score is.
Okay.
So, but because I would have a -3 and I rolled a 15, that would make the thing I rolled 12. Therefore, making it barely a success.
Okay. Yeah, basically, so basic, a lot like the regular D&D
Yeah,
uh D&D, skill saves.
exactly, yes. And
Okay.
it's just listed out during specific things for different skills, just to make it easier on the player and less for the player to memorize or debate about with their ref.
Super easy. Okay.
Yeah. Let's see here for the 12 agility score. Yeah, it's basically zeros all across the board.
Yeah, she's not the
Uh,
character when I created her for the character sheet. I did the basic point buy system, so I was stuck within specific parameters for how I would create the character. And I wanted charisma to be really high up there because that would be her primary trait.
yeah.
So D&D isn't the best for oh, sorry. D&D isn't the best for transferring like uber powerful characters into the medium.
Yeah.
And still keeping them as badass as you think as they are in your head.
Oh yeah, no. And that's what makes the Lenharrow system so great is because the more you play with a character, you can essentially, if you play with a character enough, you can get every skill, every spell, everything.
Very cool.
Provided you you play with them enough.
All right.
And
Very
I
cool.
love it because there's like this pre-made character I play with called Maria Havana Daring, and I've actually played as her on streams before. She was a pre-made character like the one we're making now, and I kid you not, I can attack like 6 times in one turn.
Oh, very cool. That's a lot of attacks. You're
It's a
basically,
lot.
I guess in D&D that would be the monk, getting a ton of attacks in a single round.
Yeah, except in terms of actual direct translation to what it is, to what it would be in D&D, she's a soldier.
Oh, fun.
So
A lot of attacks.
She would fall under fighting class. She'd be a fighter.
Super fun.
This game allows you to pull so much funny and weird stuff that Dungeons and Dragons just doesn't let you do.
Yeah. A bit more freedom in that aspect, in that respect.
A lot more. There are so very few ways you can actually lock yourself out of using magic. It's insane.
Super fun.
Yeah, so if you're playing a physical fighting class but you want to still cast few spells, you can.
Okay.
Oh my word, this is
Seems like it would lead to a lot of crazy sessions.
Oh yeah. Half the time it does. It leads to a lot of chaos and I love it. So the servants thing is basically the number of employees she's able to have fully loyal to her and under her control. And because of her high charm, insanely high charm, she gets 20.
Super, she's got her own little mini army.
Yeah, that more than covers everybody in the birdcage easily. Oh man.
Super fun.
Yeah. Yep, that it is. That it is. And there's like, oh man. There's almost like no way you can lose with this one.
Oh yeah? Is it a powerful character? At least when it comes to charisma, right?
Yeah. When you make a feat, you have to roll a percentile and you have to get within the percentile or you fail, right?
Sure.
45 is the actual percentage thing, which doesn't really make sense for 19, but again, it'll increase as you play with her. Or a bit more.
Okay.
But still, there's like very few ways you can actually fail with this character because of how you've got all her shit. Like, oh my gosh, this is nuts.
I mean, not all of her stuff is high. It's mostly just the charisma.
Charm, but you would be surprised how far charm alone can get you in a campaign.
Yeah, just like in the real world. Makes sense.
Yeah, exactly. Let's see here. Divine spell slots. So essentially this will allow... So arcane and divine are under 2 completely different slots. You can combine the 2 into a massive pool if you want to, but they are actually different spell slot systems.
Okay.
And I have herself listed as her deity. Self-care
Makes
is
sense.
how she worships.
Makes sense. That's very Maya.
Yeah. she has one
One deity or one
spell slot.
divine spell slot.
Yeah.
She only needs the one.
Yep. Yeah, exactly. And again, you can combine arcane if you both your spell slots together in a massive pool if you want.
Yeah.
It's just there for funsies.
No, super cool.
And, yeah.
I've been saying that a lot today.
Spell failure. Her spell failure percentile, honestly is actually really good. Because you kind of have to roll a critical failure in order to fail with it. It's listed as 0 in here.
So spell failure percent, the 0%, like you want a lower percent on a spell failure, I'm guessing?
Yeah, you would
it's like
basically
the
have
percentage
to roll a
that...
1.
What was that?
You basically have to roll a 1.
Oh, well, that works.
Yeah, and one thing that's fun is that this game has a special system where if you roll like a critical success or a critical failure, they have like they do like this back it up thing where you roll again to see how good or bad your success or failure is.
Huh, fun.
Yeah, creates a lot of fun moments where it's like I swear to you, I have rolled a nat 1 and then a nat 20 at least once on a following roll.
Yeah.
It's like, and the referee was like, okay, so you failed the task successfully.
Yep, that sounds about right.
Yeah,
task successfully failed.
Yes, it was a fun time.
It very much sounds like it.
Yeah, I have a lot of fun with this. And honestly, I want to get more people into this game so that way I could at least try to run a one-shot.
Oh, that sounds like it'd be... I mean, you just got to keep working on it,
Oh yeah.
talking to more people about it, talking people up to it.
Yeah, and this will help out a lot.
Yeah. You can edit down, let people, make people... Basically, as a guide to help people learn how to play the game.
Yep. And I am so glad I didn't choose to have her as a natural caster.
Yeah.
She only gets 2 spell slots total.
That's just how the character sheet... That's how the character translates over.
Yeah.
You'll get more over time, I'm sure.
Yep. And considering once we actually get to that spot, I'm gonna have her do a thing. I'm just gonna directly translate her spell list from Dungeons & Dragons over to this. Just to make it easier on everything. So she's gonna have this massive spell list, and yet she's only gonna be able to cast 2 spells before needing to rest.
Hey, she gets 1 a day. That's enough.
Technically 2 a day, but yeah.
Technically.
Maximum spells per rank. That's gonna limit us a fair bit. So I'd only be able to pick 10, but I'm sure her spell list isn't that big for that to be too much of an issue.
Yeah. I think I think the spell list from the original D&D version was I think 18 spells long.
Yeah, when I tell you there's easily 3 times more spells listed in this game.
Yeah.
With even more specificity. Like, there's one spell in here that is also that is basically metronome from Pokemon.
So it's a random spell?
Yeah, it's called
random spell effect.
And it is such a joy.
Oh, it sounds like it.
Yeah. Yeah, you basically... Oh, right, you have a 9. Boop. Bada boop.
Okay.
And your lifting is a 50. And I forgot to put pulling on here. Whoop!
You forgot to put it's like pulling strength.
pulling strength. And that is at 75. And the thing is, that's also a percentile roll.
Okay.
So pretty low chance of failure there. But
Oh,
then
that's good news
there's
for
your
her.
feet. 45. Not as low as the other. Yeah, not as low as the other two, but considering might is basically what you're able to physically do, kind of makes sense. Then there's how much alcohol you can take.
Technically, if she's immune to toxins, wouldn't that mean she doesn't take
Yes, but
she can
that's
drink as
just
much
like
alcohol as she wants?
that's also just like what I like to refer to as constitution and vitality. Just because
Okay.
that's generally what you use it the most for, is alcohol
Okay.
tolerance. Like, get me wrong, in nearly every group I'm in, that is mainly what's been happening. Is only vitality rolls is like on alcohol tolerance.
Okay.
It's so fun. I'm trying to think what else. What else? How much information do you have on the farm?
I'm seeing everything that you're entering in.
No, the farm, as in your story, because I need to fill in the silence and stop talking so I can get this done faster.
Oh, no problem. So what do you mean, like information? How much information I have on the
Like
farm?
Alex Farm, that sort of
Eric's
thing.
farm?
Yeah, is that
Yeah.
like that sort of thing?
So all the character names I base off of like general like I try to make their name like fairly punny. Like Eric's was Aric, and it's Eric as in arid, like an uh
Like a
which
hot
is
summer's
supposed to be,
day.
yeah, which is funny because he was supposed to be like he's a cold giant. So it's more like a barren style, like a tundra, but I couldn't think of any names based off of that. The farm was actually something that was like when I initially created the first characters I created for the webcomic were Eric and Gunter. And they technically weren't even created for the webcomic. They were created for something completely different. I was just making like fun doodles with another artist friend of mine, and their characters kind of just grew from there. One moment.
That is so much fun. Also, I didn't
Sorry, I
even
had to sneeze.
realize they were puns.
Yeah, well, it's the puns have evolved so much over time that the names like it's not really noticeable unless I point it out.
Yeah,
Um,
it really isn't, but honestly, I love that. That is so much fun.
yeah. So the farm is actually a farm that's supposed to that's supposed to be raising uh monster livestock. Uh, but I've never I that's like the one place that is like it's funny that it was like the first location that I created technically for the characters to inhabit, and it's the place I've explored by far the least.
Okay.
And that's mostly just because I'm not very good at drawing animals in general. So I avoid it whenever possible, which I've got to get better about because I do want to do more substantive storytelling at that location in the future.
That makes sense. Base attack rate is a 4. So base attack rate is basically how many attacks you can do per turn.
Okay.
There's an actual skill you can get that doubles it,
Okay.
which is the one I have from Rio Havana Daring. She has a base
So that's how you
attack
get
rate
all
of
of your
4
different
already.
attacks as a fighter.
Yeah, she already has a base attack rate of 4.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see here now. And in addition to that, you get bonus faith points for character creation.
Okay.
So that means you're starting out with 6 faith points. So that's very good.
Awesome.
And you get one. Wait, hang on. Your power score is a 79 currently. That means you get 4 extra talents that you can pick from.
Very cool. So I go back to the talent page.
Yes, exactly.
Would that be guild skills or
No, it's literally labeled as talents.
okay? Oh, there it is. So I get four more talents that I get to pick from.
Yep.
Let's go with probably. Do I have to? Is there anything specifically? Can I only choose from specific sections, or can I choose any of
Nope.
these?
You can pick any four you want.
I'd probably go with probably hypnotism,
Let's see here. Hypnotism. There it is. Found it.
wrangling, air based.
Wrangling air.
There at the
That is
bot.
a good one. That
Uh-huh.
is a very good one.
Uh, weather sense, which would be row 68B,
Yep, found it.
and I would probably go with massage 46B. Just based
Massage.
purely off her character alone.
Yeah, I can see it. I bet she gives a what's his face? I can't remember now.
Willem. If
Willem, yeah. I'm willing to bet she gives Willem a massage every time he visits.
probably he has to return the favor though. It's a barter system.
I'm sure it is. Okay, let's see here. Now we are on to the resistances, which are a different thing from what we did before.
Okay.
So there's four different kinds. No, three different kinds of. Where's spectral? I must have accidentally deleted spiritual resistance for some reason. Okay, there's four different kinds of resistance here:
Mm-hmm.
physical, mental, magical, and spiritual.
Okay.
And okay, and so I just get these base modifiers, which is gonna for you is going to be +1 across the board. So that will be very nice for you. And we roll a single D4 for this, unless there's specific things in your character sheet you gave me that factor into this.
I don't think I picked anything specific.
Yeah, you know what? I'm just gonna hide this away until I can get to your spell. Until we can pick your spells.
Okay.
Just because that. I'm really not seeing much of a use for anything else. That and I also just. I've only skimmed through it.
No problem.
So we're gonna roll.
I just gave it to you today, so that's fine. That's understandable.
Yeah. 1d4. Whoa. Okay, hello. Stay on the yellow PG thing, please. Thank you. So we roll 1d4 for all of them.
Okay.
And then your whatever we roll, it'll also add on to your modifier. Oh, wait, no. Never mind. I'm just going to read directly from this thing here. So,
Okay.
to make a resistance roll, take a 20-sided die, take 1d20, and roll it once. If the amount rolled is equal to or less than your character's score, then he or she has resisted the effect. Your referee will then ask you to... Oh, that's for role-playing, the actual thing. I have it right.
Okay.
I have it right. It's a d4. You roll a d4, and that's your base resistance, essentially. So this could go either really well, and you get a 4 and able to resist a lot of stuff,
Or it's awful.
or very poorly. I wish my main camera was working, because then I could show you my dice.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm not. So I'm
Well,
just
that's all right.
Let's see here. A 2. Physical, mental, magical, or spiritual.
So what do I have to pick? Like what she's
Yeah, which
weak
one
to?
do you want the 2 under?
Uh, go through those again. What are the options?
Physical, mental, magical, or spiritual?
Probably mental.
Okay. I'm gonna be re rolling ones, just so you know. Just because mine is too bad as to have a single one. Another 2.
Okay. So probably physical.
Okay. Okay. Please get a good number. 3! That's better.
Okay. So that would there's only one left, right? So that would be
That's. No, there's 2,
ma
magical and spiritual.
probably spiritual.
Okay. And last one. A freaking 2.
uh okay, that goes with the last one then. Not too broken up about it. Things happen.
This
It's how the
stupid
dice roll.
D4 just really hates me.
No, it's all right.
Ah. Oh well, you can't control the will of the dice.
Nope, you can never control the dice. That's just something you got to learn in the TTRPG, you know,
Yeah.
realm.
Okay, let's see now. Bonus Rachel points, which I have here. Skills and talents. Let's see here. 15, page 19. We are well past that. Let's see here. Yeah. Okay then. There's probably a lot I'm missing here. But those I'm just. What's left on here, I am just not gonna worry about. I can figure it out with my friend later.
Yeah, no problem.
So
So,
now we are into this section where I need to go under go under spells, and
mhm.
find the thing. The
Under the divine spells.
under the characters. I'm gonna be switching between divine spells and arcane
Okay.
on here. So here's what I'm gonna need you to do. You We're gonna use up your starting CGPs. So currently you have 545 from character creation.
Okay.
I want you to look at wherever you want. Guild skills, talents, combat
So wait.
skills, any of them.
Okay.
And just find where you want to use those things. Where you want to use the CGPs on. I'm going to turn up the background music because this is just going to be a long period of silence.
I'm sorry. So how many? So like I have how many points to choose from?
545.
All right. So I'm not quite sure how this works. Like, so
So
what am I
basic
picking?
so basically CGP is a special kind of currency that the referee decides how it gets used. So essentially they're like special points that you get for doing good role play, making the referee or GM laugh, that sort of thing. And you can
Mm-hmm.
you can essentially spend them on getting new skills and different even talents, and even things you can do in combat. They're
Okay. So I
basically points you use to upgrade your character and expand your skill tree.
okay. So I have 500. I have 500 points to spend basically.
Yep.
Okay. So I'm not seeing. Okay, so I see. All right, so I'm on the martial skills page, and if I look at like innate elemental spell, that's 2.5 thousand points to
Yes.
buy. Okay, so I basically can pick from. I can basically pick one skill
If it's
unless
worth
I go.
500, yes, but you conversely you could also pick like two 250 CGP skills.
Okay, sure. I'll look through those and see which ones I want.
Yeah, just look through all of them, see what ones you want. Percentage skills are also a lot cheaper, so you'd be able to get a lot of those if you wanted to.
Okay.
Oh, okay. Never mind. On the skills, I'm probably yeah. I think I'm gonna need to actually like ask about the. Some of these are more obvious on the comparisons for it, but I might actually have to find somebody and ask.
No problem. Let's see.
Ask outside of this and just re-record it. Yeah, I'm gonna turn up the background music for this part.
Okay.
Just to fill in the silence
No problem.
so no one gets bored. Okay, yep. Yeah, so I'm definitely gonna need to, like, go record separately from this, unfortunately, on which ones can actually translate over and to what they can.
Okay.
But I have picked out a few that it just makes sense for her to have.
Okay.
So I gave her Elemental Blast because she has Elementalism. And that just seems like the closest thing to me. I'll change it later if the creator of the game says that it's actually translates to something different. Morph Minor, because if I'm looking at it, she has like Disguise Self,
Yeah.
which I personally think translates to that. Let's see here. Under Divine, I did not give her literally anything. Okay.
So I was picking under divine skills, so I thought that the uh
Oh, nope. I gave her one divine skill, Cure Self.
okay.
Because, again, self care is how she works, right?
Yep.
So, and lastly, she has comprehend languages. The hypnotism thing is just because she has the hypnotism skill.
Mm-hmm.
So it makes sense that she'd have that under the spell list too.
Okay.
But yeah, that's it.
Cool.
Anyway, so what did you pick?
So I under the divine skills, what the so since I had 500 points, I went with uh Faith of Followers. I'm not sure what that is, but it feels like it's something that would match
That's
with her.
basically the morale of the people who follow you.
Okay. And then I went with Destructive Mental for the other ability.
So you can deal emotional damage.
Basically, yes.
Oh, where is it? Damage mental. Here we go. That's healing. Where is it? The mental thing you're referencing.
It would be under the divine skills, row 21, first column.
Oh, there it is. Thank you.
No problem.
Okay, it looked different than what I thought. It's been a minute since I looked at this.
No, you're fine.
Okay, then. Okay, is that it? I think.
I think that was 500 points. So,
Yeah, you have 45 left.
oh, I have 45 points left.
Yep.
Let's go with
If you want, you don't have to spend them here. We can just leave the remaining 45 for the viewers when I eventually get off my butt and actually post the video for them to use.
yeah. Let's leave those last 45 for that.
Okay, good.
See if they can find anything that fits underneath that.
All right, and aside from what I need to ask from the hilt about,
Mm-hmm.
that will be it. That's it for Maya.
Fun. Cool.
So, thank you so much for coming along.
No problem. It was fun.
Yeah, I had a lot of fun with this too.
Yeah, so it's always fun to see a character translated from a comic to a D&D and then to a completely different rule set.
Yeah, it's always so much fun. I'm hoping in the future I can collab with more people. And if you want, we could do this again, because I do have one prepared for Alec. For Alec,
Okay.
if you want, But again,
Yeah,
that's
might
for
be able to schedule something like that.
yeah, maybe. But in the meantime, hope all of my lovely viewers have a great rest of their day, month, year, whatever you may have.
All
So, bye.
right, bye.